Hi, this is Dale Coiner, author of The Essential Guide to Motorcycle Travel. And today I'd like to show you one of my favorite toys, the Rampage Power Motorcycle Lift. The Rampage is the fastest, safest way for one person to load a heavy motorcycle, and this video is going to show you in detail how it works. Now the first thing I'm doing here is unloading the ramp. Using the remote operated winch control, I just play out enough cable to allow the ramp to come out of the bed of the truck. Next, you're going to see me remove a pin from the wheel cradle. Now this allows the wheel cradle to move down the ramp. I'm going to take that same pin and insert it underneath in a spot where it'll pin the ramp into place. That's so that when you're moving a 900-pound bike up and down the ramp won't move, because you definitely don't want that to happen. Now I'll play the wheel cradle out until it reaches the floor, and I'm going to pin the wheel cradle into place too. Then you'll see me flick a lever here on the cradle. That allows it to pivot to the ground so I can just roll the bike right into place. When I move the bike into place, I put the kickstand down. And it's important to make sure the bike is in neutral so the rear wheel will turn as it begins to load onto the ramp. Now I'll tie down the front end of the bike to the ramp. I typically use a set of soft ties to wrap around the lower triple tree. This is going to vary from one bike to the next, but that's typically a spot that you can get to. Then I'll use a set of ratchet straps to tie down the front end. Now, when I first put these straps into place, you're going to notice that the strap on the throttle side has a little bit of tension on it, and the strap on the kickstand side is a little bit loose. Sorry about that. When I was editing the video, I found there was just a little too much information on the screen, and I thought you'd appreciate it if I just kind of blanked that out. Now, as you load the bike into the cradle, it'll stand up and it'll gain tension on both sides, the straps. It's important to get even tension on both sides so the bike is standing straight up as it loads. Now, I found that it took me a couple of times the first time to sort of get that right, but if I can figure it out, I'm pretty sure you can too. Now I'll begin the loading process. This is a 4,500 pound winch and an aircraft grade cable, so it can handle the heaviest bikes. I've loaded Wings, Harleys, everything with this ramp. When I get to the top, you'll notice that I'm going to reverse the pin setup. I'll repin the wheel cradle, which was the first pin I took out, and I'm going to remove the pin underneath that held the ramp into place. So now I'm ready to pull the bike into the truck. Now this is the fun part. In just seconds, the bike is literally in the truck. In fact, it's so much fun, let's take a look at it again from a different angle. Now, isn't that easier than having to find a hill to load and unload your bike, or get a bunch of friends over to help you get it on and get it off? The Rampage can also be removed and reinstalled, so it doesn't need to stay in your truck all the time. The Rampage works with truck beds at least 5 feet 4 inches in length. It works fine with 8-foot beds, and it also works with toy haulers, and a lot of folks have mounted them on semis. Now, you might be interested to know that I'm converting this particular bike to an all-electric motorcycle. And if you'd like to see the project in process, come over to my personal site at www.dalecoiner.com. Now, after I load the bike, I still secure it with tie downs just like I would have ordinarily. I put 2 in the front and 2 in the rear. And then I check it again just to make sure it's secure. Looks like this one's ready to roll. Well, that about wraps it up for this demo. I hope you found this useful. If you have any other questions, or you're ready to place an order, visit openroadoutfitters.com or drop me an email, and that's info@openroadoutfitters.com. Until we meet again, this is Dale Coiner for Open Road Outfitters, wishing you many happy journeys. I think I'm going to head south. Suddenly I have this taste for Mexican. I don't know why.